And we're back on Good Morning Football. A ton of great games on Sunday coming up, so we like to cram it all in for you. Time for Mad Minute, Week 9. It kicked off last night, but there's a slate of games coming your way on Sunday. We get to watch it from Munich, and everyone else gets to be on their couch in the friendly confines of your home, or wherever you like to engage with your football. Have at it. 60 seconds on the clock to break down what we are excited for in each game. Let's start in Atlanta, where the first place Falcons host the LA Chargers. What are we most excited about in this matchup, Jason?
For me, I'm looking at that Falcons defense. They're giving up over 300 yards per game in the air. But for the Chargers and Justin Herbert, possibly no Keenan Allen, possibly no Mike Williams. I picked up Josh Palmer on my fantasy team. I'm looking for him to have a big game and go off, score some touchdowns, catch some passes. Let's see what he has to do.
All right, fantasy shout-out for your team. Listen, I'm going to go defense for the Chargers right here. You mentioned the offensive struggles and injuries. Give me Derwin James. All right, anytime you have a running quarterback like Marcus Mariota and you've got a guy that can threaten you with those RPOs, that safety is so crucial. He's their leading tackler. He's a big playmaker for him. I'm looking forward to this Chargers defense.
What version of the Falcons do we get? We get the version that blew out the 49ers. We get the version that laid an egg against the Bengals. We get the version that showed a ton of resilience last week against the Panthers. I like this Falcons team. They're fun. They run the ball. They've got a quarterback in Mariota who's trying to make a statement that, hey, I am a quarterback one in this league. You said this was a great slate of games. I'm not being pithy here. There are no games on this schedule except for one, Titans-Chiefs, that are two teams over 500. That said, I think that makes it the most interesting slate of games. There are so many teams that are in make-or-break situations. Falcons and Chargers. Chargers was another one. All right. Yep. You win one, though. You're 5-3. Let's go. I think this is a really significant week and a significant game.
Absolutely. And what version of Kyle Pitts are we going to get after the pretty good game last weekend? The Dolphins, with a new Bradley Chubb in tow, head up to Soldier Field to face off against the Bears. What are we looking forward to in this matchup, Peter?
Yeah, I want to see Bradley Chubb. Bradley Chubb just signed a huge $120 million deal to be the bookend on that defense with Jalen Phillips. Let's see them get after Justin Fields. This is the first big test. This game is being played in Chicago. The Dolphins are a hot weather team going to a cold weather team. If this team plans to do anything in January, this is a good little test here. Let's pack our bags, go to a cold weather city, and let's see what we can do. Let's see if the Dolphins can travel.
I like that you brought that up because when you are playing in those warm weather cities, it's tough when you go down and it's freezing cold, the wind is blowing, and not only Bradley Chubb for Miami Dolphins, but Chase Claypool for the Chicago Bears. What is he going to do for this offense? Is he going to have an impact in his first game? Will we see Justin Fields chucking some up to him? Will he become a number one wide receiver and a security blanket for him to get the ball to when he's under duress?
Shout out to Chi-Town, the Windy City, all right? Everybody's talking about Tua. Maybe, he doesn't have the strongest arm. No, this guy can throw the football, but I can't wait to see Tyreek Hill. The NFL's leading receiver right now, all right? Eddie Jackson for the Bears. You're on point. Everybody's watching you. Don't let him get behind you. Every single week, he's still running by people. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, that Dolphins offense is stacked, and the Bears gave up 49 points to the Cowboys last weekend. So let's see if they can respond defensively. It's the battle of the Jungle Cats. Okay. Yeah, you heard it. Panthers, Bengals, and it's happening in Cincinnati. Great zoo there. What intrigues us most about this game, Sean?
Well, look, Deontay Foreman's been a great story. I know Christian McCaffrey getting traded, and it's like, all right, Carolina's just having a yard sale right now. But when you look at what Deontay Foreman has done for the Carolina Panthers and how this offense has this resurgence, I'm looking forward to seeing if he can add another chapter to this storybook season.
I said this on the show yesterday with Jason. I think the Panthers were absolutely robbed of a game. I thought the DJ Moore penalty was not a penalty. I think the rule is that if you remove the helmet within the field of play or the end zone's penalty, he did it outside of it, and then there's been a lot of backtracking. Yeah, but it was excessive celebrate. If I'm that upset about it, and I'm not even a part of the team, and I'm that upset about it, and I'm not a fan of the team, how's Carolina going to respond? Now you're the big underdogs against a Bengals team. How are you going to respond? Because if you think that game was robbed from you, well, then now no one's worried about that. Everyone's moved on. Have you moved on? Let's see how the Panthers respond.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see P.J. Walker, too. This guy's coming off his best game as a pro, 300 yards passing, going against the Cincinnati Bengals secondary that's banged up. Chidobe Awuzie out for the year. Eli Apple is coming off a hamstring. They have some young guys out there playing. Are they able to take advantage of the secondary and make plays down the field?
Bengals feel like they're in an identity crisis, and P.J. Walker has the makings of like a Hollywood story, a quarterback for the Panthers at this point. All right, we've got an NFC North showdown in Detroit when the Packers head to Michigan and take on the Lions. What has us all excited about this one, Peter?
You know, if we're fans of great drama, it would be, can the Lions upset the Packers? And what are we talking about Monday? Because I think Rodgers' tune has really changed since the Buffalo loss. This week was very positive. Says that he thinks things are rounding the corner, like he likes what he saw against the Bills, and yet they still lost by 10. can't lose to the Lions. I don't care if the game's in Detroit. They just fired their defensive backs. Like, you can't lose to the Lions. And yet, we said that before, and they've lost these games.
Yeah, they were talking almost like a moral victory, which we're not accustomed to hearing, and I don't want to hear that. But for the Lions, with Dan Campbell, the grit, the Metallica, the Aaron Glenn, and the Deuce Staley, we all watched it during Hard Knocks, and it has not shown up throughout the season. I want to see what they're able to do. Like you said, this is a Packers team that's struggling right now on a losing streak. Can the Lions go out there and take advantage of the opportunity and win this football game?
We've never seen the Packers and Rodgers this dysfunctional. So that's everything that everybody's looking at. Do they get right? Do they get back on track against the worst defense in the NFL right now? For Aaron Rodgers, this is a big game, but I'll tell you one thing. There's other matchup, Jamal Williams playing against his former team. He's been lighting it up. He's got 8 touchdowns already. I'm looking forward to seeing him playing against his former squad.
Absolutely. The Colts head to Foxborough to battle it out against the Patriots. What's to look ahead to, Jay?
Yeah, the Colts fired their offensive coordinator, Marcus Brady, a guy who wasn't calling the plays. A little bit of an odd thing. I want to see what their offense looks like. Matt Ryan's not playing anymore, and what are they going to do? Jonathan Taylor's been banged up. Are they going to throw the ball around a lot? I want to see what this offense looks like. And on top of that, the Patriots and this old guy over there, Devin McCourty, they're 28-4 when he gets an interception. Will they throw one up, and will he be able to come down with it, helping the Patriots to get a win?
28-4 when D-Mac gets one. Huh? All right, nice plug. That guy.
Why not?
That guy. All right, listen, I'm looking at Ramondre Stevenson. Yeah, I know everybody's talking about Jonathan Taylor, but Ramondre has been balling out. He looks fantastic. He runs with power. He's running with speed. Down there on the goal line, it's almost a guarantee that he's getting in. So I'm watching Ramondre. I think he's been the heart and soul of this offense for the Patriots.
Yeah, I don't know if Taylor's going to go. He didn't practice Wednesday. He didn't practice yesterday. So for you, as a Patriots fan, you're like, all right, we're going to beat these guys. Stan Ellinger is one of these scrambling quarterbacks that does this thing. I mean, 2 years ago, I was talking about him in training camp because he's one of these guys that gets out of the pocket and can move. And we thought the Bears were a walkthrough for the Patriots, and that's exactly what Justin Fields did. So don't take these guys for granted. Ellinger can run and he can move. He's athletic. That could be a nightmare for New England.
Exactly, and they've struggled with quarterbacks that can run. So
they just lost to the Bears.
Yeah, how they're able to handle Lamar Jackson earlier, too.
We just went 105 seconds talking about that game, and we did not mention the Patriots quarterback situation. So Mac Jones, can you? Is that good? Like you have an opportunity here to. Again, identity crisis. It feels like an identity situation for a lot of these.
This is Identity Week. How's that?
This is Identity Week.
Identity Week. Whenever you can have a theme for a week, it is amazing. So, hey,